She went too far. She actually hurt my feelings. It's time to ruin her body with a child. It's her own fault.
I am going to plant my seed in you.
Hello, friends. Trace amounts of science. Promise swearsies. It's just a fact. Gubbins is still gone, and we're getting into some 4chan Greentext today. I'm going to do things my way, and thanks so much for being here. Let's hop into it. This Anon got a notification from Chime that said your card was declined for $37.95 at Papa John's because your balance is $1.47. Whoever stole my card thought they were going to get a meal from me. Surprise! I'm broke! Yeah, I win, sort of. This Anon looks a little disappointed, and he says, my face, when the childless friend who married a single mom and supports 2 kids that aren't his tells me that I'm wasting money on nonsense just because I bought a gaming console to unwind after work.
Nobody asked for your opinion. Whee!
Wasting money on nonsense. I mean, sort of, but also positively affecting 2 human lives, whereas you're, whatever, playing the Bing Bong Woohoo machine. But whatever. You get to choose your own adventure in this whole life. Here's a fit bro doing push-ups, and he says, me, becoming the best man I can for a chance at dating a broke, boring, 3 out of 10 gas station attendant. Damn, dude. Is the dating market really that horrible? I guess it is. Everybody's having trouble. Probably everybody's having trouble because they're interacting online. But do people interact like human beings anymore? Do Barnes & Nobles exist? You go in there and talk to somebody about a book? I don't know. That's a route I'd take, but God, I'm glad I don't have to do it. Anyway, this OP has a cat. He says, in the office we adopted a cat and named him Connor. He's officially employed by the company to hunt mice and provide emotional support to the staff. We even provide him with a salary that we use to buy him food and toys. But last month we hired a new guy, also named Connor. And to avoid confusion, we started calling him Human Connor. Human Connor then suggested that we rename the cat Cat Connor and let him just be Connor. But, of course, that was ridiculous.
You have no power here.
Connor was here first, and by seniority, he outranks him in the company's hierarchy. So, no, he remains Human Connor. It's either that or quit, I guess. That's fucking hilarious. You guys gotta earn his stripes. This Anon looks like he's doing some late night drunk posting. It says, be me, 35 years old, sleep deprived wage slave. Walk to supermarket to buy some stuff. Old woman cashier sees me. No woman's worth crying over, sweetie. My face when I have red eyes because I haven't slept in 18 hours due to the fact that I'm being exploited at work. At least she assumed I had a romantic life.
Coming to bed, honey?
Yes, dear.
Alright, now go home and sleep for 6 hours and come back again. That really is rough. But hey, you are stacking the dollary dues, ain't you? Selling hours of your life? It's probably the worst way to stack up the dollary dues, if I'm honest with you. You should know that at 35 years old. Anyway, we're moving on. Rare Fedora Pepe, one of my favorites. The market is crashing! Good. Boomers can't retire! Good. You'll never buy a house! Never had a chance. You'll lose your job! Never had one. You will pay more! I never paid for anything anyway. I voted for this, and you lost. Oh no, we all lost. And the voting for this has been more than a long time coming, okay? It didn't just spring up overnight. But I guess an attention span of 4 years is pretty good when you're 12 years old. Stay off of 4chan, kid. What's this movie? Oh, the 40-Year-Old Virgin? Yeah, I know that one.
Comes a comedy that will touch you like you've never been touched before.
This guy says, I'd rather be a virgin than date a single mom. And another Anon says, boy, do I have good news for you. You'll be holding that V-card for a long time, clutching it in your coffin. It's just the skeleton. They'll dig him up in 20,000 years and be like, oh, he still had his V-card. Sad. Here's Asmongold. He says, I'm a centrist. 24/7, Trump good, Elon good, JD good. Reacts to a crazy liberal. So this is why all leftists are bad. Immediately believes what the right says. No fact checks. I'm a centrist. I didn't vote for Trump. We need a real centrist streamer. Well, you see, the problem with being a centrist is people try to push and pull you to their side depending on how they feel about you. You know what I mean? I'm not a centrist. I don't want to play the game. I'm not on anybody's side except my own. Do you understand that? Leave me the fuck alone and I'll do the same as my policy. But yeah, just Asmund Gold things or something.
I think that I've been slowly devolving into the most psychopathic version of myself.
Here's the Financial Times. I feel liberated, said a top banker. We could say tard and wuss without the fear of getting cancelled. It's a new dawn. Yeah, that's all it took for you, huh? What is this guy thinking right now? Economy crashes? Man, this some tarded wuss stuff, you know? Don't get cancelled. My face when worth it. Sure, I had to live in a refrigerator box, but I can say whatever I want now. Very Diogenes pilled, honestly. I think you should continue down this path. Here's Happy Cat, Angry Cat. Happy Cat after 8 hours of gaming. Angry Cat after 2 minutes of talking to women. Yeah, it's a 4chan post, alright. Chilling at home after work. Girlfriend texts me in distress. My car's making awful sounds. Come help me fix it. Can you come over? Fug.jpg. Mentally preparing for wasting my afternoon repairing her crappy car. I ask her what the noise sounds like. She says, it's like a screeching, whiny noise that just won't stop. Light bulb moment. Well, have you tried removing the Taylor Swift CD?
Hey, let me see.
The fuck?
Silence. Like 8 seconds pass. Blocked from everything. Don't talk to me for a while, she says before hanging up. Laugh and spend my afternoon playing Mountain Blade Warband and eating churros. Well, that's one way to sort it. You should just break up with her. Neither of us are really enjoying the thing that we once enjoyed, are we? So let's go our separate ways now. This one wants to talk about politics and games. Politics and games then. Oh, it's the Metal Gear guys. I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say that whoever controlled the NSA facility could move the world. Politics and games now. So I'm non-binary. Games are always political, chuds. There's literally no difference between these. I mean, identity politics is pretty clear. Whatever, I'm not gonna get into it with you. I know what you're doing, and I'm not feeding the troll. I did a little bit. Just a snack. We're moving on. This guy likes Star Wars, maybe? Oh no, not anymore, I guess. He says, see everyone claim the CG Star Wars shows are where the real storytelling is. Turn on a random episode. Within 3 minutes, they're using their lightsabers to fly like helicopters. I'm never listening to you gaylords again.
Hey, what are you laughing at?
Helicopter, helicopter!
Yeah, I might be pretty upset too if I had any investment in Star Wars. I like it a little bit, but a lot of people out here making it fucking weird. I include Anon in that statement. Anyway, moving on. It's Buzz Lightyear. Decided to prank my wife. Leave a note on the table while she's sleeping. I don't feel anything for you anymore. I'm leaving. I hid under the bed waiting for her reaction. She wakes up, reads the note, and starts laughing. Called someone and said, I finally got rid of that ugly idiot. You want to hang out? Changes clothes and leaves. My face when still hiding under the bed. Crawl out, seething. See a note on top of the table. Your cologne stinks. I knew you were in here. I went to buy detergent and wash your shirt. I'll be back in 20 minutes. She went too far. She actually hurt my feelings. It's time to ruin her body with a child. It's her own fault.
I am going to plant my seed in you.
Are you going to stick around for the kid? I'm sure she'd be willing to do it, but I'm really not sure it's a great idea with the way you framed it. Okay, next post. Good luck. Here's an America post. Invent wokeness. Spread wokeness to the rest of the world. Stop being woke while the rest of the world goes to shit. Did America just troll the entire world? No, it's having an identity crisis, I'm pretty sure. We'll see what shakes out of that. Whatever happens should be fun. Next post. This one's about PDF hunters. Should citizens be allowed to hunt online predators? WebM Related is an 18-year-old pred who is getting beaten up for trying to meet a 16-year-old teenager. There's a 2-year age gap. That's not really... What?
There seems to have been a misunderstanding.
Leather Anon replies and says the government wouldn't exist if people were allowed to hunt PDF files. Well, Great Britain friend, I guess it is easy to point your finger at the government and say, hey, those are the bad guys over there. Rather than, you know, Rotterdam grooming gangs and the whatnot. Because we get locked up for thinking those things. Ain't that right? I'll be honest, there's probably a lot bigger questions we could be asking ourselves than whether we should beat up an 18-year-old for trying to date a 16-year-old. Which really, maybe technically illegal, but aren't there like Romeo and Juliet laws or something like that? Who cares? Anyway, moving on. Good luck with all that. Bye. This Anon has a Malcolm in the Middle screen cap here. It says, wow, you guys are huge. And this Anon says, is it just me, or are men objectively more attractive than women? Like, people in general are far more likely to discuss the physique of a naked hot guy in a movie than they would for a naked hot girl. Another Anon replies and says, yeah, it's just you, dude. You're gay as hell.
Ha! Gay!
Honestly, yes. You can like what you like, but I don't see the appeal in dudes. They're big and hairy and smelly. Well, women are tiny and cute. Kind of sadistic, but mostly cute. Next post. There's a cool Pepe, and he says, all girls are bi. It's just a matter of figuring out if she's bipolar, bisexual, bilingual, or just a bi-itch. That's pretty funny. There's some overlap there. Moving on. Oh, it's iShowSpeed. Ugh. The latest and greatest nuisance streamer. Travels around the world visiting developed nations, loudly makes a fool of himself wherever he goes, constantly disturbing the peace, barking at people's dogs, and bothering random passersby on the street. No one seems to have a problem with this type of behavior. A little on the nose with this one, aren't we, fellas? Don't loop me in. I had no fucking responsibility for any of this, okay? I hate it just like everybody else does. But the kids, they love it. He's being a nuisance to other people on the screen. Surely he would never do that to me. Here's some Red Dead Redemption of old Arthur Morgan. I may be a criminal, mass-ending people type of thief, but at least I ain't no goddamn racist. Dutch, I'm scared. I'm scared of misgendering folks.
Need some company?
No, I like women.
Yeah, I suppose there is some of that, right? I'll be honest, I don't remember any of it. I just remember going out in the woods and hunting stuff. I'm gonna boot up Red Dead Redemption 2, man. That's a good game, I don't care who you are. Sorry the, whatever, politics offended you to the point that you won't enjoy it anymore. Here's a censored drawing of a disturbing act, drawn in an unsettling way. Be me, take girlfriend to a motel, standard cheap place, nothing fancy. Notice a single chair positioned awkwardly in front of the bed and don't understand why it's there. Ignore it and smash. Can't shake the feeling that something's off. Remember this weird painting I saw in X about an alien abduction? Dude lying on the mattress, big-eye alien woman riding him, mantis-like figure in the background just watching. Remember the chair in my motel room. My face when I realized motel chairs aren't random. They're placed there so mantis aliens can watch you do it with their alien women. That is still your girlfriend? She's gonna bite your head off, dude. As soon as it's confirmed she's conceived, it's over for you.
I want a baby! Who wants to give old Tawny a baby?
Get up and out! Or at least start wearing a Jimmy hat. Okay, next post. Here's a post from Poll. It says, by a single vote, New Hampshire House passes legislation to remove circumcision from Medicaid. Yeah, it's just a vanity procedure, isn't it? And the OP says, yeah, tiny hat people, L. And somebody else comes in and says, watch Trump write an executive order to repeal this. I mean, it's no more goofy than the other shit he's been doing in office, is it?
No refugees. America first. Australia sucks. Your reef is failing. Prepare to go to war.
I think New Hampshire's pretty base for taking steps to keep their young boys intact, That's what 4chan really needs, you know? The good old foreskin debate threads. People just getting roasted for having or not having. It's some of the funnest times. Anyway, moving on. This is known says archaeologists have discovered a vast ancient civilization in the Ecuadorian Amazon near the Andes. Dude, hell yeah. Look at those fucking mountain mouths. What do you do? Live in there? Like the coolest house I've ever fucking seen. And then somebody makes it into a soy jack. That's good. I love mountain mouth soy jacks. It's perfect. It's good that 4chan is not, completely shit posts. I mean, kind of it is, but some of the shit posts are really good. Alright, moving on. Here's an India poster. Got like some mess in Japan or something. Shibuya in 2025. Oh yeah, didn't look like that when I was there. It's pretty nice. This Anon asks, Japan has survived famine, war, and nukes, but will it survive diversity? Poo in the loo, says another Anon. And then Japan Bro replies and says, nope, it's over for us. Don't mind us anymore. Thanks. Jesus. That is grim. What a grim episode today. But sometimes it helps. You just stare into the void until it stares back. This Anon says, the Mandela effect is such a fucking woman thing. Is it possible that I misremembered something? No, the entire universe has to be wrong. Yes. Alternate timelines definitely exist because I'm the center of everything. The way that I remember it has to be the real way that it happened. My brain starts to warp shit from 10 minutes ago. I don't believe in many Mandela effect things. I do joke about alternate timelines. Probably they do exist, but they're not merging and that. It's a very ordered structure, you see. At least until the interdimensional merge happens. Anyway, next post. This OP says, this was considered liberal in 2019. And yeah, it's a Tesla. I mean, they're decent cars from what I hear. I don't know. My grandma got one. She liked it pretty good. No maintenance, no fuss, no muss. I don't know. Are people still out there lighting them on fire? Probably. Goobers. Goobers, I say. They got nothing to lose anyways. I don't pay them. No, never mind. You weren't motivated to make shit out of your life. Now you want to make everybody else's worse? Get out of here! You don't get a vote. You're not worth a vote. Yeah, I feel a certain type of way there. Here's a thing from JD Vance. He says, Europe is risking civilizational end itself. I mean, is that really so bad if that's what they've chosen? I tried to call the End Myself hotline the other night. They insisted they didn't deliver. Europe's at risk of engaging in that, JD Vance says. Elaborates on U.S. relationship with European nations and more. And then Anon says the most baffling thing about this guy and his dog whistles is that he has an Indian wife. Yeah. Let me make you aware of all that, but also I don't actually care. I think that's about the boat that I'm in at this point. Like, so what? Your empathy has led you to ruin. Is it really the worst way to go out after how all of it started? I don't know. What I do know is it's very interesting that it's now just sort of public discourse. Telling you, man, that Overton window, it's shifting. Next post. This is Office Space. You might know it. Mike Judge is a genius. I feel the need to tell you again. Private cubicle, steady income, budding romance, reliable friend group, solid bachelor pad. What was he crying about? I feel like I don't do anything. They tell me to put a cover sheet on my TPS reports. It does feel really like out of touch today, I guess. When you're literally crying because you need another 27 cents to buy a Taco Bell enchilada so you can eat today and you scraped all the change out of your car and haven't found the 27 cents? But nobody's gonna watch a movie about that. That's boring. I want to pretend that I too have a reliable friend group and solid bachelor pad. Like, yeah, movies are escapism. I don't know what you're missing about that. Whatever, moving on. This Anon's playing as a necromancer, and he spawned a bunch of skeletal women with botched surgeries. And another Anon says, I'm eating, you sick bastard.
Yeah. Just lost my appetite.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But we make choices. Always with the choices. Always with the consequences. Anyway, here's some Matrix something. Morpheus says, you think those are real frames you're seeing? How do you handle all the input delay? Nobody can control all those fake frames. All this Vaseline. How? Do you always play it upscaled? Well, you have to. Native rendering works for old games, but there's way too much bloat to render modern games. You get used to it. I don't even see the artifacts. All I see is man, jaw, side shave, Deborah Wilson. That's what you're into, is it? You know, I know these frames don't exist. I know that when I see a game on the screen, NVIDIA is telling my monitor that it's 4K and 120 FPS. After 9 generations, do you know what I realized? Ignorance is bliss. Well, that's the truth of it sometimes. AI upscaling was a piece of shit, but the way things are going, I don't know. We're either going to have a huge tech crash out, or within the next 5 years, it's absolutely going to be a real thing. Not even 5 years. I said 5 years for animation. It's already sort of doing animation. Not well. Whatever, I'm getting off topic. Invest in NVIDIA! 5 years ago. This OP wants to post an r/doom, and he says, I wonder what this classic boomer game from 1992 was about. Another Anon says, what's the problem here? All I see in the banner is hell. Oh, it's a pride flag, and yeah, okay. That's one way to open up discourse, isn't it? Or not. This next post is from a true patriot. This Anon from Poland asks, what would you do if someone gave you a white feather? And Greece Anon says, I'd stick the feather in my hat and call it macaroni. I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy.
8 pounds, Yankee Doodle do or die. 12.9, a big one.
It's way funnier than it should be, dude. Oh, here's some future posting, which this is one of my favorite genres of 4chan text, Greentext ever. 2026, driving down the freeway in my government-issued Tesla, pass a billboard of RFK Jr. A Big Mac a day keeps the doctor away. Suddenly, there's a really loud crunch as I hit a pothole. All public road maintenance has ceased because Doge claimed it was gay and a waste of money. I pull over to the emergency lane, now named the Tesla Rest Lane, to assess the damage. A cop appears from nowhere, wearing his uniform covered in sponsors. Sir, you can't park here. I know, I just hit a pothole, and it's destroyed my front wheel. Are you getting smart with me, boy? Before I can say anything, he slams my head onto the hood of the car. Doesn't even make a dent, since Teslas have such an amazing build quality. I knew you were a scumbag when I clocked you 2 miles back. I've been following you. Why? I plead. Sir, do you know how old your Tesla is? My heart immediately sinks. Oh, fuck. In between my 80-hour work week at Amazon and my 30-hour week at Burger King, home of the Whopper, I forgot to buy one. I said, sir, it's 6 months old, sir. There's no point in lying to him. He already knew. And what in the greater Israel do you think you're doing? Driving such an old model on our beautiful roads. Do you hate America, sir? Anyway, long story short, that driver ended up getting his butt plundered by a black guy in prison. The end.
Come over here and kiss me on my hot mouth. I'm feeling romantical.
Wow, that's... Were you the guy, OP? Did this happen to you next year? Oh, Jesus. Posts just like this dated around like 2016. Just absolute comedy gold. I'm gonna see if I can dig some of those up. But not for this video. We're taking it easy for this video. That's not true. I've said some spicy shit in here, but nothing that I didn't mean, honestly. Here's, I'm pretty sure it's just Indian race baiting. Anon says, we run your tech and your companies, and now the government. Your churches are being converted into Hindu temples. Christ is being replaced by our gods and idols. Tiny Mustache Man worshipped us, and now all of MAGA does too. Whites are converting to Hinduism, and soon all American children will have Indian names. There's nothing you can do to stop it. Jai Shreet Ram. Another Anon replies and says, we run your tech, your companies, and now the government? Yeah, run them into the ground. Honestly, looking at the track record, yes. Although, Neil Mohan was a step up from Susan Wojcicki. I think most of the people that are quote-unquote converting to Hindu, I've never seen a Hindu temple. But most of the people that convert are just, you know, boho hippie types, you know? They flip the coin between Hindu and Buddhism. Like, don't pat yourself on the ass too quick. Anyway, next post. Here's a smart guy. Is this the most blatant propaganda program of the entire 2020s? It's adolescence? What is this? Another Anon says it's not based on a real event. Another Anon comes in and says, really, this is a cop-out answer when the whole idea of the show is to scare viewers into censoring the internet because they think that people who watch Andrew Tate or MGTOW videos are going to go after women. Given that the UK has to deal with migrant violence, the conversation that needs to happen will be politically incorrect, which is inconvenient for all types of diversity, so they're trying to steer the conversation into a different direction. Gender. Why blame migrants and be forced to reckon with your deeply held beliefs when you can just blame men and not have to change any of your beliefs? Jesus, wow. Yeah, smart guy indeed. Don't even know what I could add to that. Okay, so I don't pay any attention to Netflix slop, but it seemed a little curious to me that a guy that's, you know, in the MGTOW red pill incel sphere did this, and it didn't cross my feed at any point. Because, yes, I do research a lot of this stuff rather relentlessly. So I went Googling around, checking if this was based on a true story or not. Overwhelmingly, I found that it wasn't based on a true story, but while I was poking around Twitter, fair enough, they're like, okay, the Netflix race swapping and stuff like that, we could go down that route. I don't feel comfortable, honestly. So instead, I'll point you to this and just have my mouth agape, that Victim Focus is trying to have Netflix's Adolescence, this fiction account, used as a school resource. I haven't watched it, I don't plan to, but having Netflix shoveling schlock to the kids, yeah, I'm good with all that. I think we could do a lot better than all that. We're spending, 8 hours of class time just watching this stupid bullshit. Just remember, if you're a white man, you're predisposed to being evil. Okay, yeah, got it. I'll feel really guilty about that for the rest of my life. Thanks. I don't know. It just seems like a really weird way to go. Looking deeper into it, propaganda program might not be far off. Another example of 4chan leading me down a schizoid rabbit hole. Oh well, it happens from time to time. Reading a brief review about it, it sounds like, just complete bullshit. They're like, each episode is one continuous shot. Well, how do you have any fucking character building? You know what I mean? Kids don't just do this. There's got to be like some dark past. Whatever, I can't talk about it anymore. Just gonna shoot myself in the foot over and over. We're moving on. This Anon has a Muslim friend. I live in a student dorm with a common kitchen. Hungry, too lazy to wash my own pan. Use my Muslim friend pan. He doesn't mind. I cook pork in it. He'll never know. Will Allah punish me? And then the photo is, I don't bloody think Sharia allows it. God damn. He's probably just happy to get the little extra flavor, Little pork flavorings. Oh, really, it's a pretty crappy thing to do, but whatever. What's done is done. He didn't wash that shit afterwards. He has to know. Little pork crackling stuck all around the pan. Whatever. Next post. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last paycheck. Alimony, she's leaving. Don't give a fuck if I catch my wife cheating. This is my last resort. I slept on Papa Roach for a while, but I won't anymore. As far as all of what you said, have some more self-respect. For God's sake. Next post. Oh, it's another cut or uncut thread with a diamond. Nuff said. Anon says, thank God I was cut. Another Anon says, true. And then 500 posts later, like, this is the start of one of those threads, I'm pretty sure. Why it's happening in Pol, I don't know. I remember it happening in B 15 years ago. It's still funny to me, though. This Anon comes with a reminder of why I never do anything on my Reddit account. We've been alerted to activity on your Reddit account that's considered breaking the rules. You've been upvoting posts or encouragement that break Reddit's rules against encouraging or glorifying violence. Well, you didn't post the rule-breaking content. Upvoting it breaks the rules, so it's considered a violation. Anon says, uh-oh, looks like you committed a wrong thing. We'll let you off with a warning, but next time there'll be consequences. But I never upvote it. Just don't break the rules next time, smiley face. Russian bot has a hold of your account, I guess. I truly don't think Reddit honestly cares about that rule, unless it's anti-China or it threatens the life of a healthcare CEO. I'm pretty sure that's what they're talking about here. Really weird, this whole media blackout on it. Fuck it. I'm not gonna try it. I got a family to think about. Fuck that. You should think about my family a little bit too, you know? Send me a little super chat. You got a little something extra. I'd appreciate it. I really let my ass hang out this episode, so essentially if you made it this far, already we're best friends. Anyway, next post. Here's a post from TV. Minecraft was supposed to fail, Venom 3 was supposed to fail, Dune 2 was supposed to fail, Super Mario was supposed to fail, Avatar 2 was supposed to fail, Top Gun 2 was supposed to fail, Jurassic World 3 was supposed to fail, The Batman was supposed to fail, Dune was supposed to fail, No Time to Die was supposed to fail. Maybe predicting's just not your game, TV. I mean, basically, if we decide that everybody's gonna hate everything forever, then eventually we'll be right, you know? That's really what 4chan's good for. Boiling up all the hate and ugly feelings deep down inside. Minecraft and Super Mario, those are feel-good movies, I'm pretty sure. Watch them with my kids, oh, he's excited, and it's made me excited now. At first I was like, ugh, Minecraft, but yeah, he loves it. He fucking loves it.
As a child, I yearned for the mines.
You gotta take him to see it, come on. Top Gun 2, yeah, never saw it. Dune, pretty good. Venom, Avatar, okay. Batman's fine. Jurassic World 3, I love dinosaurs, really. Then James Bond, which I haven't seen anything in decades, I think. Movie train keeps spinning, but I got off it long ago, I tell you. Anyway, next post. What's this, like a British Superman thing? He says, might makes right. The strongest can impose their will on whoever they want. And Superman says, nuh-uh. I'll prove you wrong by using my strength to impose my will upon you. Can comics please stop justifying the no ending people rule and just admit that it's a corporate mandate? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened in The Boys. You just read The Boys, didn't you? You're very excited to apply that to Superman. Maybe he just doesn't want to, you know? You don't want to have to see those faces at night. Have you ever killed somebody? Have you? Last night I held Gubbin's head under a vat of Code Red Mountain Dew for like 3-4 minutes at a time. I held his head down there until all the bubbles stopped coming up, and really, I did think about leaving him there, you know, but I pulled him out and I resuscitated him because I really don't want to end anybody, even an AI VTuber pet. I'm just like, okay, we can mend our differences, you know? I know the hormones get a little wild. I went through that in my time. Anyway, totally derailing whatever. But yeah, I don't think you realize the ramifications of, like, actually IRL doing that. That's horrible. You don't want to do it, so Superman doesn't want to do it. Do you get it? Anyway, moving on. This Anon wants to know, are there any clean places in India, or is it all covered in poo? And then someone comes in and says, yeah, the toilets are clean. Another Anon says, there was a game of going to Google Maps and trying to find a single clean place. It quickly faded out because there wasn't one. I think my stepsister told me about this game when I was home. She said there was a cash prize, but nobody's ever claimed it. At a certain point, wouldn't you just like go try and clear a street as the Google Maps car is coming by? You're like, oh, I nailed it, dude. This is my super secret location. All of what you said makes me really sad, so, you know, my defense is just to joke it off. That's how this whole thing works. Feels good, man. Anywho, this Anon says, one time I was on a date in high school and got pulled over, and the police officer let me off with a warning, but fined my date $100 because she was only 4'8", and by law was supposed to be in a booster seat.
They do not have the legal right to measure children.
And honestly, I think about that a lot. I'm 6'2", by the way. Dude, that size difference is ridiculous. More than a foot? It's just absurd. Anon says, I never dated womanlets since then. Only tall women. Not because I care about height, but because they're the ones who discriminate. And I refuse to let my future children inherit that nonsense. No kid of mine will be treated like trash by the same women the law says belongs in a child seat. Fair enough. Once your kids hit the teenage years, the hormones kick in, they're like, whatever, mom. Go sit in your booster seat, mom. And then you gotta go beat your kids. You've stepped out of line. You will be put back into line. But actually, your kids are like 7 feet tall because secretly she was sleeping with Andre the Giant. Whatever. I'm tired now. I hope you enjoyed the episode, friends. Sign up on Patreon to YouTube memberships if you would. Fourth wall for the merch. Always remember, friends, you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve it, and I shall see you in the next one. So until then, bye-bye.